Hi, Erin here. So it is time to do weekly planning. Yay. So we're going to start with my hone. So this right now I'm using for documenting, I'm going to say healthy choices. So things like food, beverage, and sleep, and workouts. So I've got that. At some point I will show that, but not yet. So putting that aside. All right, so we're gonna get into the Hobonichi cousin first, and then we'll get into the day free. So with my Hobonichi cousin, so in my monthly, I'm just practicing my cursive in preparation for addressing some wedding envelopes, wedding invitation envelopes. And I'm just doing a phrase or a sentence about each day. And so that is up to date through the 7th. Then I have my weekly, and so that is up to date to Saturday morning. I'm filming this on Saturday afternoon, so I just have a little bit of updating, which I can do now. And so that I'm using my Kaveco Student 1970s with the Ferris wheel press stroke of midnight. And so I did, let's pop that out, some memory keeping. I did a 45-minute Peloton. And then I did work from home. And I did that all the way through to about 2 o'clock. And so during that time, I did some IEP editing. I did editing of a report. And that's actually pretty much it. Whole lot of editing being done. All right. And then moving on. So in my dailies, I note the pen that I'm using. And so I am up to date on that through to today. And I tend to do like something at the top that kind of orients me to the day. So today, my friend's dog that she's had for 15 years, that I have known for 15 years, is being put down today. He's in very poor health. So I went to visit him last night to say goodbye and to get a final puppy kiss. And yeah, so that's sad, very sad. All right, so then getting into my day free. I'm gonna clear that receipt out. I don't know why I'm keeping it. All right, so the first thing that I'm gonna do is update my monthly. Over here, I have a computer and it has my work calendar up so that I can look at what's on my work calendar and cross-reference it on here. So I'm going to use my Sailor 21K pen. So sure enough, I have a 9 o'clock meeting. That's a student services meeting. And then a learning walk at 12 o'clock. And at the same time, I have, which I don't know how this is going to happen, but I have a monthly check-in with my boss. Let's zoom that in a little bit. And then personally, non-work related, I have a dissertation check-in and therapy Monday evening. Now, Tuesday, I have my referral meeting. And I have at 10 o'clock, I now have a tour. still have the grant meeting at 1. And I'm going for bridesmaid gown shopping Tuesday evening. All right, so then Wednesday I have a 6:30 a.m. consult, 9 o'clock meeting with another school. I have a 12 o'clock team meeting. We'll call it an IEP. Didn't write that correctly. That's okay. And that's it. And then moving on to Thursday, I have a meeting in Natick, and then I have a district coming. And this, I was able to make this change. So actually I'm going to cross that out, as well as this and this. So this Thursday is actually a 2:15 staff meeting. And then Friday, I have a 10 o'clock tour. And my son has a new after school thing that he's going to do. And then this weekend is going to be focused on a charity that I'm on the board for called Pay It Forward. And I am actually going to put a link in the description box below for the Pay It Forward. If you are interested in participating, I welcome it. In a very brief nutshell, some very close friends of my husband and I, the husband got testicular cancer while his wife was pregnant with their second child, and actually had just finished chemotherapy when she went into labor. And so I ended up being one of her birth partners because it was unclear if he was going to be able to be present due to his compromised health. Anyway, he's okay. He's in remission, but they received a lot of support throughout that process because he was out of work and she was out of work, and they were very grateful for the support that they provided, so they decided to pay it forward. And so starting in, I think it was 2014, they began this kind of dream of theirs of Pay It Forward, where during football playoff season, we do a knockout league, and people pay $1 for each pick. You can have as many picks as you want, but a majority of the money goes towards another individual who currently is battling cancer that does not have any other fundraising efforts in place for them. So this charity has not only been able to raise money to give to those individuals with cancer, but it's also done things like get grocery cards, pay mortgage bills, buy Christmas gifts. And we're hoping as this charity grows to be able to do things like 5Ks and golf tournaments and be able to help a larger number of people. So again, I'll put a link in the description box. Feel free to participate. Like I said, it's a $10 to play. And then there's certainly a donation option if you're not into football, you don't really want to participate in making a weekly pick, and then you can just do a once-off donation. So anywho, you'll see that come up a few more times. But all right, so there's this week. Oh, and actually on the 10th, we're doing a benchmark assessment, as well as on the 11th. Okay. So that's my update to my calendar. Now, getting into my monthly tracker. So I decided to alternate colors with 2 of the inks that I got from my husband for Christmas. Last night, This is why I love Tomoe River paper. I was drained after a very busy work week and came home and wrapped myself in a hooded blanket. And, you know, my husband offered to build me a fire to shift my mood, which of course I was thankful for. And while I was sitting by the fire with a glass of wine, the dog became pretty playful and knocked over the wine, and it spilled on my pages. You can see how it's a little bit more crinkly down here at the bottom. So I was able to blot the paper dry, and because it's Tomoe River paper, it doesn't go over into the other pages. And then let it dry for the night, and I went and redid all of this. So it's actually not very noticeable, but I did have to rewrite all of this, and I did have to draw in a number of those squares. So let's see, let's fill out yesterday and part of today. Because it was wet, I wasn't able to do this last night. So I did do journaling. I did do memory keeping. I did have more than one glass of wine. I did take my anxiety medication, and I did not work from home. Thursday and Friday, I was very drained. I just did not have the capacity to work from home. So for today, I have worked out. I've started my journaling and I've started my memory keeping, but I'm not going to check that off yet. I'm hoping to do some folding. I did work from home, and I've taken most of my vitamins, not all. And at the end of the day, I'll check off whether I refrained from unnecessary spending and did the 5-year journaling. Now, I believe task-wise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm about to do 10, but I've got 9 tasks so far that I have done. And some of those tasks had sub-steps. So, you know, it actually was more than one thing. So I've got the 10, but I want to be able to check off something else before I officially say I did 10. All right. Now I've made progress for my son's birthday party planning. So if you happen to look at last week's video, you'll see there's more information there. All right, so here's last week. Here's my task list and the things that I was able to get done. And then I have my daily rapid logging all the way through till today. So this is going to be enough space for me to do Sunday, which is really great. So I'm going to turn the page, and this will be my planning for the coming week. So again, I'm going to zoom in, and I'm using my Pilot Decimo in champagne with a fine nib, and the ink in this is Vinta Armada. So it's like a greenish gray color. Now last week, while I was writing this, my handwriting was not as neat as it typically is. So I've got to get used to writing while filming. And I'm looking at my computer as opposed to flipping back and forth. But I do know that I have a couple of personal things that I'll flip back and forth to confirm. Let's see, 12 o'clock. And this one will probably be rescheduled because of the learning walk. And then I have my dissertation chair and therapy. Tuesday the 10th. It's going to be an iReady day. Referrals. All right. And Tuesday's also David's bridal. And I'm going to jump up here and start this because I had a thought. So I want to capture it before it leaves my head. Hopefully I don't lose it just because I'm writing this. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I'm going to see if the bride wants to commute with me to David's bridal. And I need to make the yes to the vest sign for when the groom goes for his fitting. Which apparently I'm going to. All right, and this week I'm remembering to leave my 2 spaces. Wednesday the 11th. So I have my 6:30 a.m. consult. Didn't need to write a.m., but that's fine. I have the literacy meeting with the other collaborative. I have an IEP meeting at 12. Let's make sure I don't have anything Wednesday evening. I don't, but I did forget to write that it's an iReady day. That's okay. Thursday. Oh, I'm going to jump over here. I had another thought. I've got to sign up my son for his cooking class. They did not have any classes this past week. The company that does the virtual cooking classes took the week off. So we are going to do it this Thursday. And I found out Friday at the very end of the day. Actually, that might be 4:30. Ugh, I have to double check that. That might be 4:30. That as of I guess Sunday, really Monday morning, I am all done at the high school. So I'm going to be completely dedicated to the middle school and not have to have my two-sided brain going on. So I will need to look up the groceries for cooking class. And I will need to do a grocery order. Okay, and then Friday, oh, this is going to be a beautiful day. I can probably get some teacher observations done. And it's Friday the 13th. 10 o'clock tour. So let me email teachers regarding an observation. And then review lesson plans. Okay. So that's my schedule for the week. Here's the beginning of the build out of my task list. And what I will do is I will migrate over the remaining tasks from this past week over to this week. And on this page, and I'm going to use, just because I love this color so much, my TWSBI TWSBI Diamond 580 with the Birmingham Pen Company Pennsylvania Fieldstone ink. And I'm just going to write out Monday, January 9th. Okay, and that way, as I get through the rest of today and Sunday, I can start to write any tasks that fall into my brain that I'd like to prioritize on Monday. And the things that I don't think I can do Monday because of the meetings that I have scheduled, I'll add to this list so that I can do it throughout the week. I'm hoping that Friday, being such an open day, will be a nice day to catch up on everything so that I can end my week on a good note. Nope, I'm not going to put there because I think I can do it tomorrow. I think tomorrow I can review, or even today, one more IEP in preparation for this week. I might use my good energy and tackle that today. All right, so that is my weekly planning for the week of January 9th. Thank you for watching. I hope you stayed to the end, and feel free to leave a comment if you want to share some of your time management strategies, or kind of how productive you feel you are at the start of this new calendar year, if you've got that re-energizing that can come with a brand new start. So, all right, bye.